Hello, my name is Mike Anello, and welcome to another DrupalEasy Video Quicktip. In this video, I'll be utilizing PhpStan to solve as many of the PhpStan Level 6 issues in the autologinurl.module file. It's important to note that I will be using PhpStan as installed with the Drupal core dev dependencies. For this task, I will be using Visual Studio Code, and it is important to note that my setup includes the dev containers extension, and that's so that I can look directly at the DDev web container from VS Code, as well as the PhpStan and PHP Sniffer and Beautifier extensions. And that allows me to see problems from PhpStan and PHPCS directly in the VS Code Problems tab. As you can see, PhpStan is reporting 16 issues at level 6, and most of them are of the similar type where we're either missing a return type or parameters have no type specified. So let's go ahead and run through and solve as many of those as we can. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just adding return types and parameter types to this. In this case right here, I had to add an extra return statement. In some of these, you might have to look up, what exactly the correct type is that should be returned or is incoming into the method. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm going to one of the service classes and checking to see that, it's returning a URL, which is just a string. And I'll come in here and set that as the return type, remembering the colon. And for this particular file, I believe just about all of the changes were of these two types, either return types or parameter types. All right, so after that first pass, you can see that we're just down to 5 of the original 16 PhpStan issues, and they're all of the same type, this iterable type array. Now, this is a tricky one because for hook implementations, which are defined elsewhere, the form of the array should really be defined by the hook itself. And that would be in the hooks associated api.php file, which we're going to look at in a second. So all of these are related to hooks. And you can see the hooks do have good documentation, and they do have a return statement, but PhpStan wants that array to be fully defined and not just something like mixed, which we can kind of not trick PhpStan, but we can take a shortcut and use mixed. You'll see that I do that here as an example. But really, this is something that should be fixed in the .api.php file. But unfortunately, it's just not possible to fix this in Drupal's .api.php files and have it pass and have it work with PhpStan, even with PhpStan Drupal. So this is a known limitation, and unfortunately, we just kind of have to live with it. And you can see that when you do add the return statement to the hook implementation, PHPCS isn't very happy about it, and that turns out that that is actually a Drupal coding standard violation. The other option is to just ignore all errors of this type for PhpStan. And I'm not a big fan of that either. I'm not a big fan of ignoring any PhpStan errors. So for now, this is just something that we have to live with, and this is as good as we can do for this file. Once that was done, I went ahead and committed those changes to a issue fork branch on Drupal.org. I let the automated tests run, and they all passed. And then I went ahead and merged those changes in to the 2.x-dev branch of the autologinurl module. Thank you for watching this DrupalEasy Video Quicktip. If you're interested in long-form, live instructor, best practice focused Drupal training, please contact us at DrupalEasy.com. We have 2 long-form courses, the beginner-focused Drupal Career Online and the intermediate-focused Professional Module Development.